Okay, welcome back with Happy Chape. So, this is living our truth. And so, I know, excuse me, I know in my past that it's not always been easy to be truthful to myself in how I seen other people around me and how they would agree with each other. Even though within me I knew that there was a difference in what they were saying and what I knew. But I would let it blow over. I would let it be. I would let them have their own truth without me speaking what I knew to be the truth. And so, what I was doing wrong was ignoring myself, ignoring my truth. We're letting a lie fly on by me, letting it ripple out into the water of other people, other beings, not correcting it. And the moment I would be in a scene where I'm seeing this happen, I would find it bubbling within me. I would feel their lies within me, eating me up. Now, that doesn't sound like something that is wise to do, and it's not. I would let it build up and build up and build up and build up and build up until one day there would be a lie. May not have been big lie or anything too serious, but a lie. And that build up of lies that I avoided would build up on me. And this lie that would appear would be that lie to tip me over the edge. Where if you look at a fizzy bottle, they put Mentos into it. That's what I'd have been like. I was the fizzy bottle, filled to the top. And this lie would become the Mento thrown into the fizzy bottle of pop with the cap screwed on. And I would explode. And then, with all the lies that had been in here, it was like a release. But yet, them lies still lingered in here that I had let go, that I had let pass by, that I had let be without telling my truth. And so, even though I got a release, all that was still within me. I had only built up a pile of energy from that pain, that bubbling. And so this would just settle and be ready to build up again as I went on and on and on, listening to more lies and more lies and more lies, ignoring it. As I didn't want to cause upset to others. As when I was younger, I would come out with things, I would say things to people. Because I was young, I was told to be quiet. They didn't know what I was talking about. So I learned to be quiet. And in a way, it was good because when you are quiet, you get to see everything that's going on. And so I held my truths. And as I say, they build up and there would be an explosion. And so that made me look like I was out of control. Because every time people would see me, they didn't know whether I was going to explode or how I was going to be. Is this going to be the moment? And then I found that people would be testing me. They would want me to explode. They would do these things to try to get me to explode. They would look for my weaknesses. But what they didn't realize is I was growing stronger in who I was. You see, I never wanted to be just here. I always wanted to grow in who I was. And I also know from life that nothing ever stays the same. But when I look around me, all I see is people wanting to stay the same, follow the same system, be in the same roles, do the same things. And that became boring to me. And I know a lot of people could look at my life and think it's boring. But it's not a way of being like anybody else. I be me. And so now when I see in front of me lies, I bring out my truth to that lie, or them lies. And I tell it. And if somebody doesn't like it, well, that's on you. It's not me. If you can't handle my vibration, you need to stay out of my vibration. And if I can't handle your vibration of lies, well, I'm going to confront it with the truth. And if your lies can't stand up to that truth, then you need to move on. And your lies won't stand up to the truth, because the truth is the light that shines on the darkness of the lies. And no shadow can come into the light as it's washed away with truth. And so, as I came to learn this in my spiritual learnings through life and who I was, and from the physical side of things, looking on the outside of separation of everything, and how that became an attachment to me as a physical being, and understanding that I can only control what is in here and not what is out here. And so when I came to lies in front of me, I can't control how these people are going to act. But if it's affecting how I'm thinking and feeling, I can control it in here. I can release that. by interacting out here with what's in here in the truth that I hold. And so I release it. And they who can't handle that, well, that's on them. At least I'm handling who I am by releasing it and not building it up to an explosion that goes out of control. Or at least could be seen as out of control. I wouldn't say that I was ever out of control. When I exploded, my tongue would be my downfall. I wasn't a violent, aggressive person or out to hurt another physically. Never. That's not to say that I never done that. If someone came at me, I was always there to defend myself in however I needed to defend myself. But I learned that the way I was being was creating these types of ways. Now, when I would explode, my tongue, my mouth would run off. And I could be very cutting with my tongue, with my truth, which could be seen as out of control. Because the things that I would say wouldn't normally be said. And it would be said in an aggressive tone. And so then I would be seen as that aggressive, uncontrollable, radical being that was, or that needed to be watched. But I didn't need to be watched. Well, maybe I did, but that was by myself, not by others. If others were so concerned and so worried about me popping off, then that was their problem. Maybe if they didn't walk around with their lies and threw it at me for me to hold on to, then the popping off wouldn't have been gone off. But as I say, what I've seen in life is these people were organized. They wanted me to pop off. So when I exploded the energy, they would siphon it, get a kick out of it. And then when they seen this happening, what they would do, they would try to bring me into situations. They would try to build up this energy within me to see me kick off. So they would get a vibe going within them, get excited by my explosion of energy. So they would feel lifted in who they were by vibrating off my energy, siphoning it. When I would never really release anything, as then memories and were held in me from the lies that they would tell. And so I never really released it until I started telling the truths that I knew. And so I didn't know where this was going, but I guess I'm telling you, don't fight against yourself, no matter what's going on out here. No matter how caring you may feel that you are in not wanting to hurt others, by holding on to what you have within you, you're hurting yourself. And what you're actually doing with the people outside of you, you're letting them hurt one another by carrying the lies on. And until you stand up to yourself and let it out in your truth, then it will always be a place of hurt. They'll be hurting, you'll be hurting, and it will be a way. It has always been that way in life, as far as I know, and how I've seen it. Until I release the truth, and then I'm free of that. And they're free of it because they know that they're come to me, that I'm not going to hold their lies. I'm going to hold the truth and tell them the truth. And be honest about it, whether they hurt from it or not. That's not my issue. My issue is getting the truth out. And if they hurt, well, they're hurting for a good reason. There's something for them to see within the truth from their lies. And maybe, just maybe, in hope, they find it within themselves to change, like to change, to release them lies and tell their own truth instead of telling the lies that lingers through the skies. And so in that way, we can feel better within each other by telling the truth. Now, if you look at your own life and just go to somewhere in your life where you've been around other people telling lies and how you've held on to that. I pray you don't have that within you still, but if you do, let it go. When it comes to a situation where these people are in your life, don't be afraid to tell that truth. Let it go. But if there's somewhere in your life where you've seen these lies around you and it was bubbling up inside you, you found this feeling and you released it in your truth, what you will find is the pressure goes. It's the holding on that is creating the problem. Holding on to the lies. And so when you keep the lies held in here, it's bubbling up. It's affecting you. So when you hear other people lying and you're not telling your truth, you're the one. You're the one that's getting sick. You're sick of their lies. Literally, you're getting sick from their lies. You're becoming toxic, like the lies. It's building up in darkness within you till you explode. And then that's how you're seen by everybody else. The dark one. Well, all you were doing is releasing the truth. And because it's all lies out there, nobody wants to hear the truth. Because the truth hurts in that place of darkness. Because you shine the light onto it. But they'll get over it if they learn to do what you do in releasing it. But if you hold on to it, you'll become the sickness of that lies or them lies. And you don't want that. You want to be happy. You want to be loved. You want to enjoy life. And if you don't, you're a waste of life. You're wasting your life. You're not thankful for what you have, the body you have. And if that's how you are, what are you doing here? Why do you think you're here? Do you think that you are here to not enjoy the experience? And if you are thinking that way, in any kind of way, if you're thinking in that kind of way, you need to change your way of thinking to start enjoying the experience of life by being you, which means telling your truth and not listening to all the lies that goes on around you and rolling with that. Because you'll never be rolling. You'll be like a square wheel. Cluck, cluck, cluck. There'll be no smoothness in you at all because you will be taken away from who you are in that natural flow by the disruption that's on outside of you. You take it in and absorb it, creating places within you that is disrupted, disrupting that natural flow, that smoothness, like a circular wheel where it just runs smooth, the car. Yet, if you've got them square wheels, it's up, down, up, down. How uncomfortable is that? It's as uncomfortable as the lies that you hold within you. And so we must release them lies and be truthful to ourselves. And when we be truthful to ourselves, we're being truthful to all. And remembering we are all. We are one and all. And so by being truthful to ourselves, we are also being truthful and protecting others to show them our experience in how to be, to enjoy who we are. And so when they see that you're enjoying who you are by being truthful in who you are, maybe they will see within who they are and be truthful in who they are instead of carrying lies on in what everything is. Anyway, this is just my experience. Excuse me. And hopefully it helps you see within you. I pray anyone watching that you don't hold on to your lies like I did. And not your lies, but the lies that's out there. And let it linger inside of you where you become the black sheep. And so it's looked like you're the one that's in the wrong because you tell the truth. Remember, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks but you and what you think about you. If you hold on to lies, you ain't going to be happy thinking about you because you're going to be taken away by the lies, the darkness. And so that light where you can be thinking about you and how good you are and how thankful you are for the body that you have and for this life that you have to travel in this world, this magical world. You're not going to see that. You're not going to enjoy that because you're stuck in the lies. So go and be truthful to who you are. Be truthful to this magical world and start enjoying life. Start enjoying your life and start enjoying the truth because it's a better experience than holding on to the lies that's out here. Because it's not truth. And you know it deep within you. So I pray that you're not holding on to any lies out here, in here, like I did. And if you are, let it go. It don't belong to you. The truth belongs to you. And you know, only you will know the truth that's within your heart. And so release it. Don't pressurize it. Because pressurized heart will explode like that fizzy bottle. This happy chopper, love and peace.